right, everyone. All right, and welcome to the Dear Talk Show. Just like you seen a few minutes ago, if you were looking, everything that I state is allegedly, and it's always in my opinion. This is the good old fair use and the Copyright Act of 1976. We use this for news reporting, teaching. We also sometimes use it just for good old gossiping, criticism, and anything we want to use it for, basically. Anywho, I just wanted to go ahead and get that out the way, the housekeeping. And I'm quite sure if you guys didn't see the title, I stated here in life, sometimes all you can do is cry and call on God. We have these three particular women that I saw them over on Instagram. And sometimes when I see things, I don't make videos right then. I just want to get a couple of videos and put them all together. And if somebody's listening to this video and you're going through this at the moment, know that you can always reach out to me here at the Dear Talk Show. You can go to Instagram, you can DM me, and, I'm always there, if nothing, to just be a listening ear or sounding board, or even if you have questions or you need help with something that you never know I could possibly help you with. So let me go ahead and share. And I want to go ahead. And the first one now, this first particular one is a hard, it pulls at your heartstring. This young lady, and she'll explain it to you, but I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and listen to it. This is I want to go ahead and get the shout out the way. JDS underscore creativities. And I want you guys to listen to what she has to say.
I just started this video 3 times because I didn't want to do it crying, but you know what? To hell with it. Those of y'all that have parents that are grandparents to your children and are there for them and are there at the events and just being a part of their lives, y'all better cherish every freaking moment. Oh, I'm coming for you, okay? This morning, I went to drop my son off at school, and the parking lot was freaking packed. So I knew something was going on, but I didn't know what was going on because he'd been out of school the last 2 days because he had a dentist appointment and he just wasn't feeling good after they finished doing the work. And one of his friends came up to the car and he said, "What's going on?" And he said, "Oh, it's grandparents' day." And my son,
It's okay,
my son
Mama.
said, "Oh, I guess that don't include me because my grandparents don't ever come and see me. So I guess I can sit with you and your grandma."
I have to interrupt because I can't just let it go full, because I have to make it my own content. I totally get her tears. She's not crying because she's angry, kind of angry with her mom, but it's more the sadness for your child. And once again, these type of stories pull at my heartstring because I love my mother, but look, God rest her soul, she never came to any of my activities or basketball games or anything, or my kids. Like this particular person states, I have three kids, two still living who are 28 and 27. My mom never took the time and barely said my baby girl's name right. She could say her baby girl's name right. So, sis, I feel you. Tell your son he just gained an auntie, boo. Yeah, he gained an auntie over here too. Like, you don't have to be blood to love. You don't have to be a blood relative. You just do not have to be. And then this one particular person say, you have to take the grandbabies to their grandparents. Your job is to take them around to build in a relationship. My kids brings them to me all the time, not I go and pick them up. Well, that's great that you're stating that, but you don't know the whole background of their relationship. There are some grandparents out there that don't want to be grandparents, that don't want to be around their grandchildren. So what, you want her to take her child over there and leave her child, and then she may not. I'm not saying the mother may do it, and this is just my opinion. Allegedly, their mother, hurts the child's feeling even more, not showing any attention, Or she goes over and she's like, "Well, what are y'all doing here? He's not coming over here. You don't know, so why put your child?" She knows her mother. So let this go ahead and finish playing.
And his grandma grabbed him by the arm and said, "You can sit with us anytime." Nobody knows how that makes you feel to know that your parents are in the same freaking town and are willing, able bodies and never ever make time to be a part of your child's life. Nobody knows the pain of that unless you've been through it. But to the lady that grabbed my son and told her that he was able to sit with him and she would be his grandmother for a day, I'm going to give you your flowers because I appreciate that more than you'll ever know. So cherish every moment that your parents are there for your children because it is such a blessing. I love you. Bye.
Amen. Amen. And like I said, we don't know the backstory because she's stating that they live in the same town. So it's not the distance. Maybe it's the situation between them, but I would hope that the mother and daughter, or daughter and mother and father, because she's saying her parents with an S. Um, this person says, "This reminds me how I felt when I had a basketball game back in the 90s and my mom did not make it to my game. I remember thinking I would always go to my daughter's games. My daughter is 35 now and I have 3 grandkids, and I'm always at any event they have because I know what it feels like as a child." Yeah, I mean, parents don't, it doesn't come with a manual. I've made mistakes, people make mistakes. And it says, let me see here. This person says, I want to say PPL the same way, with me and my kids, just distant without a reason. I've come to the conclusion that it's best to keep it that way, since I cannot be sure based off the past and how I've been treated that my kids are 100% safe. See what I'm talking about? Safe with them anyway. If I feel like somebody don't like me, I don't see who, I don't know. Let me see. I don't like me. Y'all got to work with me with these little acronyms. Who it is? Okay, I can see. I don't care. Oh, I don't care who it is. Listen, I'm old school. All these little acronyms I have to get used to. I don't know. I don't know. I don't care who it is. You can't possibly like or love my babies. And you know what? I'm gonna say this to you. I don't know if you've ever seen this from me, but this is to anybody that's listening to this video. What I just read, that young lady said a mouthful. I remember I was in my 20s and I had an aunt that had, just did not like me, a particular aunt. One of my mom's sisters, and my mom was in the hospital. And I won't really go into what was going on, but it was life or death. And I had my aunt by marriage with me. God rest her soul. She's passed on recently. And she had my child. At that time, I only had one. I wasn't there. I was in there with my mom. And I came back and she told me, she said, "Your aunt wanted to hold him." She called the name, but I'm not calling the name. But I wouldn't allow her because if you don't like the mom, how can you like the child? And it took me some time to understand that, but I understand it. So I don't want to stay on this too much more, but young lady, keep your head up. Try to have a one-on-one with your parents if it's something that y'all can work through. But if it's something that like this one lady said, she wasn't sure if it would be a good idea for her kids to go anyway because she didn't know if they'll be safe. So, sometimes you just have to let go, let God. Cry that thing out and let God handle it. Sometimes that's all you can do. I don't know why I stopped sharing. I should have just continued to share. Now, this next video, this young lady uses a couple. She used some profanity. She's young. She used profanity. I curse. I'm not a holy roller. I tell people that all the time. Just last week, I was just cursing like a sailor. But I just want you guys to know she cursed. But look past the cursing and get to the message. So here she goes. She's talking about life as a single mom. And just hear her out. And at least these women are coming on and they're venting. Because to me, that's one good thing about social media. If you don't have anyone to vent to, you can vent to strangers. Because if they judge, it doesn't matter. But let you hear this, guys.
To suck it the fuck up. When some days you just want to cry and it feel like you want to die, you have to somehow figure out how to get your shit together before you in front of your child. They don't talk about that. They do not. As easy as all this single parent shit looks, bro, this shit is really fucking hard when your mental is beating your fucking life. Like,
Don't cry,
I
mama.
just want to cry.
She's crying. I don't know if you can hear her because she has water running in the background. What she said is that it's hard being a single parent, especially when you're mental. And she's having a moment before she gets in front. At least she's not having that moment in front of her children, a child or children. She's having a moment, a mental moment. And I've been there. Lord knows I have when I was raising my children. So I've had the moments now. Sometimes things get hard. And all you can do is just cry and talk to God and ask God to help you. But sometimes you got to get that cry out. But let me let her finish.
So fucking bad right now. But I can't. Life is just so fucking crazy to me. Like, what people who believe to be the happiest people are really going through the hardest fucking times in life. And like, you literally have to pep talk yourself every fucking day and just keep going. Like, it is literally not fucking easy being me. But every day I have to look myself in the fucking mirror and give me a fucking pep talk that I one day hope I fucking believe so I can finally feel better about my motherfucking life. I just need a fucking break. But then I remember there's somebody out here who is living a worse life than me, and I just need to be grateful because in some form of way, I am living in a prayer that I want to ask God for. And despite what I feel now, I need to be grateful for the little bit He has given to me because He will never give me more. So I show gratitude for what is in front of me. This is the life of a fucking single mom.
Okay. I should have said the shout out to her in the beginning. I don't know. I want to say Sierra. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I'm basic. I'm one of these basic older people. I could tell it said, "Oh, Sierra Me." I think that's what it is. It's Sierra Me. That's her name on Instagram. You know, any of these people that I call out, even you don't really have to go over and be negative or anything. Sometimes it's going to be all right, and it is going to be all right. That quick she broke down, and when you cry, you got your hands in a towel and you cry, and I know that cry when it comes from your stomach, and she wiped her face, she getting herself together because you got to walk out and you got to do what you got to do for your kids. And sometimes we think our kids don't hear it, don't see it, don't know it, but they see it. They hear us. Even when we think we're in the bathroom with the water running or we go outside in our car and we're crying, kids pick up on our energy because they love us unconditionally. So, Sierra, me, another shout out to you. It's going to be all right, Mama. God got you. And you just have to keep it moving and keep it pushing. Okay, this next young lady, she really didn't go into what she was, having an issue with. She really didn't go into it, but she's going to tell you what's going on. And I'm quite sure it has something to do with her marriage, allegedly, because she'll tell you what she left. But let me go ahead and get it started.
3 months ago, I sold my home steps away from my marriage.
I'm sorry. And let me go ahead and send a shout out to her. Her Instagram name is her plus underscore God. Is her plus. It's one, she spelled it one word, HERPLUS underscore God. And I'll give you Sierra Me as well and the other lady, but her plus underscore God. A shout out to her on Instagram.
And took a leap of faith, trusting God completely. Leaving behind my beautiful 4 bedroom home, the home I worked so hard to build for my family, was one of the hardest decisions I ever made. But I knew God was calling me to trust Him, to step out in faith, and to surrender my plans for His. My 4 children and I moved with my parents and literally lived out of our car for 2 months, holding on to His promise to rescue us. I didn't know how or when, but I leaned not on my own understanding. Then God said, it's time. We packed up, moved 13 hours from our hometown and into a 1 bedroom apartment.
Okay, once again, I have to stop and cut it up and talk. Um, when you've been in a place as a woman, or even as a man, it's not just a woman thing, but mostly women. When you've been in a place in your life that you take, and it's not a decision I'm quite sure she came through too easily. When you have to take your children from their comfortable space, what they're accustomed to and what they're used to, but when you have to make that decision and pull them away, it's something that was going on within that marriage, and I'm just gonna say allegedly. It was something, and she was doing the best that she did, that she knew to do for her and her children. We don't make decisions, a lot of us, I'm not gonna say all of us, because all of us are, everybody's not a good parent. Most parents don't make decisions lightly. You pray on it, you think about it, you strategize about it. So for her to make that drastic faith of moving out of pretty much what she says is her dream home, a 4 bedroom, I'm not sure what she said, bath or whatever, but that's a lot. And you see that she was living out of her vehicle, even though she's at her parents' house. She did not get. Most people, if they go and stay at their parents or something, they'll get set. They don't get. They get settled and complacent. She's lived out of her van. But let her go ahead and finish, and go ahead and tell you guys.
It might seem small, but the peace, joy, and happiness we found here are beyond measures. I'm able to love my children more deeply and be fully present in their lives. Material things can be replaced, but your peace and your life cannot. Trust God and let go of anything or anyone not aligned with your purpose. While you wait on His plans to unfold, reclaim everything the enemy tried to steal from you. God's promise is real. He will bring you out and give you double for your trouble. Understand, faithful obedience lead to abundant blessings. 3 months ago,
Amen. Amen. And this person here said, sis, I don't know you from Eve, but I need you to know I see you. I honor you, your strength. And I'm so damn proud of you. Walking away from what's comfortable, and that's exactly what I just said. I didn't even never read, I haven't even read this before. With 4 babies depending on you is a level of coverage most never tap into. Your trust, God, you trusted God, and He showed up for you in ways only He can. Your journey is proof that peace is worth the risk. I pray your story gives someone else the strength to choose themselves. Keep soaring, Queen, because the glow on you now, that's purpose unfolding. And kisses to those babies from me. Will y'all? Will you? See, this is the thing. This is what I like right here. When you see, and Marlon Hampton did the prayer hands and heart, when you, only a person who has been through the dirt, dragged through it, went through the hole, and came back knows. Sometimes people don't go through a lot, and that's fine. But the people that go through it, and don't question God's, you don't question Him. You don't go, you just do have any idea how hard it is to have children? I don't care if it's 4, 5, 2, maybe one is a little easier, but children in general, and you're displaced. If you've ever been through that, then you know what she's going through. I salute you, her plus under God. I salute you. My hat goes off to you, my sister. I pray for you. I want the best for you. I hope everything is coming for you and those babies and more. And this is what I'm stating. Sometimes people have to get out of the reality sector and come back into real life. This lady, 4 kids, none of the means. You have to be able to understand what God path is for you. But you cannot be disrespectful. You cannot dishonor him in the process and feel like, oh, you got this. You cannot do that. These are three separate occasions that I have talked to you guys on. Three separate occasions. Okay, the young lady here, Sierra, hold on, let me. It's Sierrr. That's three R's, so it's Sierra Sierra, and Me. So Sierra Me. That's her follow on Instagram. If you guys want to just send her some well wishes under that particular one, let her know it's gonna be okay. And this particular person, let me see. I don't know if this is her. It may be her, but it's JDS_creativities. So let me stop sharing. And like I said, what I want to say is that we all go through trials and tribulations in our life. But what we have to do is never forget what we came from. We always have to remember where we came from, where we're going. And sometimes, do you know how many times God has built me back up? Sometimes I've smelled myself and I thought I had it going on. And when I tell you, He took me all the way down to the nuts and bolts, and He built me back up. So, where I'm at right now in my life, nobody can impress me with money. Nobody can impress me with stuff like that because God is my currency. I may not be a holy roller, and that's fine, but He knows my heart. He's my currency. He's a rock in a weary land. You ever heard that song? Like I did a story on this older lady. She said she's running for Jesus. When I tell you, when you go in, and I am a witness, when you going in to get a vehicle or you going to get something, when God is your currency, He will wipe certain things away. And you're like, well, you close your mouth because you're like, what happened to that? When God is your currency, that's all you need. And within stating that, if you did not hit that like button on your way coming in, please hit that like button on your way going out. Drop those comments. If you've had times in your life that God has brought you through, or times that you've had friends or family, these young ladies need encouragement. I need encouragement. We all need encouragement. We all hurt. Sometimes we all cry and suffer, and no one knows our tears and see our tears but God. Nobody sometimes. Sometimes you just get in your vehicle and you drive and you don't even remember how you got there because you just so like your mind is just like you're thinking so much. But I just want to say to you guys, I love you all. I don't have to know you to love you. I thank you all for always coming over. If I can't get to everybody and put a heart or put a like on, I heart you just off of any video I do. Please always keep me and my family, and I'll do the same in your prayers. I don't have to know you to love you. I love you from my whole heart. And this is Dear Ree. I want to say peace and soul, and y'all have a great day. Goodbye.